It was brought to my attention over the weekend that several people did become ill after eating at a local vendor this weekend, and I really had trouble with this. I don't mean to put every food service person in the city under suspicion, but there was an event where someone became ill, several people, and I left a message on the county food facility inspector Dan Teed's cell phone at 10:30 this morning, and he appeared in my office before 11 a.m. with a preliminary report. He was on his way to inspect the facility, and also the nurse from the county, Jamie Krugman, was conducting an epidemiology report on the incident. It's important for residents to know that they can call the Lorain County General Health Department immediately if they suspect they have become ill due to contaminated food. The number to call is 440-322-6367. You can also go to the website for posted inspection reports on restaurants in the city, and also get information with regard to food safety. On June 10th, the second annual cruise-in, sponsored by DEI Design Engineering on Moore Road, is going to be put on in conjunction with the city of Avon Lake. There will be classic cars from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Weiss Park. The Geese Cats will be performing in the morning. A disc jockey will take over in the noon hours, and Revolutionary Pie will have a concert from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Geese Cats and Revolutionary Pie did perform at Miller Road Park last year, and they were very popular and very successful. This is the second annual event because DEI Design Engineering put on their own cruise-in last year, and it proved to be successful, and Mr. Pinchak saw an opportunity here to make it a better and grander kind of event, and we're looking forward to a good time on June 10th at Weiss Park, actually from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m.
The following groups participate in Lorain County Pride Day on May 20th, and we thank you for your participation. Mexichem, they cleaned house and grounds, Peter Miller area. They also helped spread mulch at the Wildflower Garden and the gazebo with the Garden Club. So we thank Mexichem for their work there. Poly One picked up trash around Walker Road and Avondale Road near their facility. Boat Club cleaned the beach area at Veterans Park. The Environmental Advisory Board did the garlic mustard pull at the Cough Reservation and assisted Public Works interns with stenciling stormwater drains in the city. Open Door Church, their community service projects around and Avon Lake and the city of Lorain. Mayor Zilka did yard work at the home of a senior citizen. I do want to thank Valerie Rossmarin, who is the Assistant Clerk of Council, for her outstanding work in coordinating these activities for Avon Lake for the participation in this event, which we have annually. So for all those groups and for Valerie, again, we want to thank you for your efforts and work.
We're again conducting a deer control survey during this month of May, and it'll probably run into June, to determine the residents' evaluation of our efforts to reduce the overpopulation of white-tailed deer. You can go to the city website, or if you're not internet comfortable, why, you can get a hard copy of the survey here at City Hall or at the Avon Lake Public Library. To date, we've had 12 surveys completed online and 15 by hard copy, so that's a total of 27. Last year we had close to 1,000, and I would certainly hope that more people would participate in the survey, because we're very interested in how the residents evaluate our program that is trying to control the overpopulation of deer.
Mayor?
Thank you. On Friday, the Jobs Growth Incentive Press Conference will be held, and we've invited up to 10 small business people who are benefiting from the Jobs Growth Program, which is based on an increase in income tax payment from 2015 to 2016, and these individuals will be awarded their check at that conference. We also have a number of other checks, about 75, which will be going out, and Mr. Esborn and I will be delivering a number of those, and the rest will be mailed, so they will be going out within the next 10 days or so. Thank you.
Just want to report, last Thursday we had the annual Citizen Project of the Year event to honor the two citizens of the year, Gene Sekulik and Sherry Spencer. It was a nice evening. Thanks to the Kiwanis for letting us use the venue to have the dinner so that everyone could be there. And I also want to thank, certainly on behalf of the Avon Lake Community Council, Mayor Zilka and Lorraine County Commissioner Matt Lundy for attending, as they do each year, for giving their awards, and also to Mayor John Hunter, who it was the first time he's attended, to give an award to Gene Sekulik from Sheffield. So that was nice, or Sheffield Village. So that was nice to have everybody there for that. And on behalf of the Community Council, I just want to publicly thank Jill Ralston. She's our representative from the Avon Lake Public Library. She also helped us with public relations for our group, and then also for doing the programs for our dinner. And she's retiring from the library this year, so I wanted to thank her publicly for all the work and effort she's done to make not only the library successful, but certainly helping our group out in that. So thank you again.
Mr. Chair.
Mayor.
I need to compliment you on such a wonderful evening. You put things together so well. It moved along very briskly. It paid tribute to the individuals who deserved being acknowledged. They were very pleased, and it was just a delightful event. So thank you for all your efforts.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Mayor.
An ordinance amending codified ordinance section 612.02B, sales to underage persons, prohibitions, and misrepresentations, and declaring an emergency.
I move for passage of 10,875R. In discussion, this has been discussed not only in the Safety Committee, we had this is the third reading as well as a work session on this, and we had Mr. Williams here this evening as well. Thank you for coming down this evening, appreciate it. I think the language changes that we noted with recklessly and private added to the legislation been pretty much defined, and I want to thank everyone's work in this, certainly Mr. Williams coming down previous to that for a couple meetings to give us some identification, and certainly I'm interested in and council's interested in the public educational part of this legislation, which I think is going to be a key point as well, to avoid these type of situations with underage drinking and parties in people's homes that aren't supervised. So with that, any further discussion? Mr. Schandl.
Thank you, Mr. Council President. I had asked the Chief of Police two questions, and there's been some people have raised the questions why I asked those. And I asked the questions to establish that any parent that is at all concerned about being charged with reckless behavior regarding social hosting can avoid any possible false charge by just not hosting a party, or if they do, the party be of a size that they can control and or properly supervise. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Further comments? I just want to thank Lakata as well, and Mrs. Goodwin was here last week as well. With that, Mrs. Dopp, roll, please.
Mr. Miners?
Yes.
Mr. O'Donnell?
Yes.
Mr. Shondel?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenderbosh?
Yes.
Mr. James?
Yes.
Mr. James.
Thank you. This is the second reading of temporary legislation 10,877. This ordinance will create a commission of Avon Lake residents and the mayor's administration and a member of city council to study the effectiveness of Avon Lake's participation in the Lorraine County Health District. Certainly, we send a lot of tax dollars through our property taxes to that district. We've just joined, and I think it's important for residents to know if they're getting everything that they're paying for, what kinds of services we can get, aren't getting, and just the efficiency of that district here in Avon Lake. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
A week from today is Memorial Day, and there's a lot of events that are planned for the city. It's going to start out very early for those who are veterans at the American Legion Post. At 7:30, they're going to have a memorial there at 8 o'clock for their veterans that are members of the American Legion. Then they're going to move over to the cemetery at 9 o'clock. As the mayor said, the parade begins at 10. For those of you that are going to be in the parade, if you're having a vehicle, show up between 9 and 9:15. Use the Electric Boulevard entrance into the high school, please. If you are walking, please, or you're going to be dropped off, please come between 9:15 and 9:30. You notice there's a difference of time because we're trying to keep it safe for the children. The parade will begin at 10. It will have the normal route that we've had for the last 30 years. It's going to end up at the Veterans Memorial Park at 10:45. We're going to have a ceremony there. And some of the highlights from the ceremony, we are going to have a wonderful musician by the name of Ronnie Clinton. He's a country singer. He has cut many videos that people in the area are aware of. He's going to be accompanied by our own Paul Keene and Rick Keene. Our own assistant law director is going to be singing a cappella. We all love his voice. It's going to be fabulous. The Blue Star and Gold Star mothers. Blue Star mothers are those whose sons or daughters have served or are serving in the services, in the military services. Gold Star mothers are those mothers whose sons or daughters did not return. We're going to be having special honor for them with the Girl Scouts giving them a flower and the Boy Scouts escorting them back. Miss Poppy will be presented, and she will be going through the audience. And for a donation of any kind of a donation, you can receive a poppy like I'm wearing right now. This was actually made in memoriam of veterans, and it was handmade by veterans. So come, we're going to have a great day. I have received the news from those above that we're going to have a sunny day, so it'll be a gorgeous day. Again, Memorial Day. Thank you.
Thanks.
And different topic, real quick. Same day. The Garden Club's going to have a plant sale from 8:30 in the morning until 12 noon across the street from here at the United Church of Christ. Thank you.